Good evening all you fine people. It appears that many seem to have a problem in grasping what value freedom has, and so tonight, I shall share with you and hopefully the slow and the head government officials, how to rebuild Britain and make it truly the formerly Great Britain it once was, once the Article 50 and leaving the enslavement of the Euro plan is lodged, which should have been done already. All it needs is a leader and a team who is actually going to lead and follow this advice, and in a few years United Kingdom and Great Britain will be back on track, with happy people, safe streets, plenty of jobs and a future. Okay, let's jump straight to it in simple easy follow fashion. 1. Immediately the mighty British Army returns a squadron from each of its many armies around the world. Presently all they do is oil, lithium, and other mineral and land stealing operations, which it's doing on behalf of the New World Order leaders. Many must come back to the UK, to serve and protect the nation. Every port and entry, especially on the south coast at Dover and such, needs them armed and patrolling, stopping all illegal immigration. Only those with British passports get free easy right to enter. All others must provide funds and means to fund themselves for 1 year minimum, and no benefits to anyone exist until paid in the system for 4 years. No free houses or anything. That must stop instantly. Those immigrants who cannot pay their own way must leave. The Navy will also assist in shipping the illegals from the country back to the nearest safe port, and unloading by force if needed. This saves the huge costs paid at the moment, as all Army, Navy and such are already paid, and so actually doing the job for which they was designed, namely protecting the country. 2. We address the governing in Parliament, and would sack Labour Conservatives and the Lib Dems, as they are pretty shite, and elect a new team. My leader team choice is Nigel Farage. He must be placed in charge of the manufacturing business development side, and trade deal negotiations, as he has demonstrated he is awake to the country problems, and knows what needs doing. I would also ensure that both Paul Goldwing and Jada Franson from the Britain First Party, both become deputies to Farage, ensuring Britain's interests are maintained, and immigration is controlled. I would also add the BNP leader Adam Walker, as he again shows both balls, and knows what is wrong and what needs correcting in the country. Once the team is in place and the borders secured, we move on. 3. The driving factor of any country is its economy. A country which is top-heavy with government costs and government staff is screwed. A country which does not produce anything is also screwed, and so a combined shed of government jobs, a removal of thousands of stupid senseless rules must be immediately made, such stupid rules as size of tomatoes, shape of bananas and the fish number catches, and similar to go. Not needed. It's just stupid men and made up silly jobs who made them, and apart from costs it is wasteful. Farming in Britain needs to go in full production mode, and Britain eats its own grown foods. There is no need for any foreign foods. All foreign foods to carry a high import duty, as they are not required, just a way to drive our farming industry to destruction. A Buy British Eat British food campaign needs putting in. This will create both many jobs in the farming and livestock industry whilst also keeping money within the country. Manufacturing industry. Since the old days Great Britain has been pioneers in both invention and manufacturing. This needs to be restored. All and any businesses will have the many silly stupid rules removed and free business rates and grants given to industrial use. Coal mines to be restored and all minerals to be used always in preference to imported resources and or goods which UK could provide will invoke a high import tax. There is nothing which cannot be made by the UK, from cars to electronics, and regardless if goods can be brought in, buying British must be the most important, and exporting of the UK-made goods must be encouraged. A tax incentive to manufacturers in Britain must be given, whereby all exported goods profits only carry a very small corporation tax, allowing the company to build and expand, and encourage exporting. Cars seems to be the only major thing countries really need to keep making and exporting. Importing, sure, many other items exist like furniture. Well, what's furniture? Some 2x2 covered with foam and a textile sheet. Simple stuff. Washing machines likewise, a drum with a motor and a few pipes, no big deal. Cars is the tricky one, of which two types exist: the little cheap runaround, and the slicker. I would immediately work on the new generation, which will undoubtedly be an electric combined range. Again, this is all simple stuff. 4 wheels on a bit of metal chassis and a motor and batteries with seats and such. Big investment but very big returns. This needs looking at and would go with hitting the market worldwide with a couple of slick models, having solar panel roofs and solar side panels, this grabbing free energy from the sun, a series of quality lithium battery sets, which provide power to some rapid motors, and add the brake recovery system as used in race cars, whereby the power from braking is switched on and the drive motor automatically adds charge back to the batteries. This in a small family car and a sporty model, is the future. Yes, you could easily make another bog standard boring hatchback, and sure it would sell, but we need to be out there and pioneering whilst rebuilding the new Great Britain. British owned and British manufactured may seem somewhat strange, you say. We make cars, you say. Yes, but you make them for others. How about we make new, owned, designed and built in Britain now? Is that not a novel idea? Same goes for most goods. Make them get on a make frenzy. Millions unemployed may as well be making things than roaming streets. Even if the factories lose money, it's still cheaper than paying dole and housing. Golden rule and legal requirements must exist, that all police and government vehicles are only British made. All military trucks, cars, vans must be British made. Those companies who produce in Britain get first dibs and guaranteed supply to the UK government-controlled contracts. The list is endless for job creation, from simple street lights to the very paint used to paint the buildings governments sit in. Built in Britain, used in Britain. Finally, as this could go on forever if I do not stop soon. Stop with the acting like we have billions and billions surplus, and do not give anything away to no other country. Charity starts at home, and you must get Britain Great Britain again before a single penny is thrown away. Thanks for listening. Now get on with the job at hand before it's too late. Thanks for listening. Remember, we are a Christian nation, so keep it that way. Oh, and remember, bottoms are for pooing outwards. Stop trying to make the kids think it's cool to go inwards. Oh, something which should have been done years ago. This needs putting in place immediately. Every foreign truck, van, car that wishes to drive on UK public roads must pay an entry charge at each point of entry. Europe's roads charge UK with tolls, so an immediate cash injection of £10 for cars and 20 for vans and £30 for trucks should be collected as they enter England. Why on earth should they wear our roads out, bringing goods inwards free of any charge? So get on that immediately as well. Well, night now. Like I said, the list is endless. Get the right team and watch the people and country prosper and go from strength to strength. Britain can be great again. Listen to Donald Trump, the man has it right. Indeed, even Putin in Russia is better than the EU stitch-up bullshit setup we left. Why not trade with them? So bring it on, the people are ready. The world is now our oyster, not just a tiny handful of mummy-tit suckers in Europe, who let Muslims rape their women and do nothing. So now go get team, get the leaders and make Britain great once more. Good evening, all you fine people. It appears that many seem to have a problem in grasping what value freedom has, and so tonight, I shall share with you and hopefully the slow and the head government officials, how to rebuild Britain and make it truly the formerly Great Britain it once was. Once the Article 50 and leaving the enslavement of the Euro plan is lodged, which should have been done already, all it needs is a leader and a team who is actually going to lead and follow this advice. And in a few years, United Kingdom and Great Britain will be back on track, with happy people, safe streets, plenty of jobs and a future. Okay, let's jump straight to it in simple, easy follow fashion. 1. Immediately the mighty British Army returns a squadron from each of its many armies around the world. Presently all they do is oil, lithium, and other mineral and land stealing operations, which it's doing on behalf of a new world order leaders. Many must come back to the UK, to serve and protect the nation. Every port and entry, especially